Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis. I pay my humble obeisances to you all, and I thank the temple management and Her Grace Vaijayanti Mataji for giving me this wonderful opportunity to speak about His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada a couple of days past his disappearance day in this holy month of Kartika. So, last class it was told how Prabhupada, though ill and weak in London, he tirelessly pushed his disciples to prioritize printing and start distributing his books. Prabhupada got encouraged by the progress from ISKCON press, so he continued translating the Srimad Bhagavatam even while suffering from health issues. So despite a severe collapse, his determination and spiritual strength led to a rapid recovery. This inspired his followers and showed renewed dedication. So today we will continue his journey. So when Prabhupada met Mr. Pandya from Africa in London, they both were having a conversation. So in their conversation, Prabhupada told about his illness. So Mr. Pandya said that Prabhupada could stay in his bungalow in Mombasa for some days. In Mombasa, there was sunshine and warmth, so it was suitable for Prabhupada to stay there, so he could lead to a fast recovery. So Prabhupada took this opportunity very seriously and decided to go to Mombasa. He also wanted to go to Mombasa with an intention to go and preach about Krishna Consciousness there. So before this, previously, a while ago, Prabhupada told his two disciples, Brahmananda Swami and Jagannivasa Swami, who were preaching in Florida, to go to Pakistan to preach. But later, when Prabhupada heard about the war fever arising in Pakistan, he wrote back to Jagannivasa Swami and Brahmananda Swami to postpone their Pakistan trip later. But by then, his two disciples already left to Pakistan. So Brahmananda Swami and Jagannivasa Swami halted at Turkey, where they were involved in some Sankirtan there. However, they both got arrested because they were mistaken for some Christian missionaries. So then after they were released, they then reached Pakistan. In Pakistan, they saw the condition of the place. They faced so many hardships. So however, the willingness of the two disciples to accept risks for spiritual service was very great. So, and also the local Hindus there told Brahmananda Swami and Jagannivasa Swami to leave the place. Hence, they both went back to Mumbai. Meanwhile, Prabhupada was very worried for his two disciples, just like how a father would be worried for his lost son. But when Prabhupada realized that his two disciples came back, he was very relieved. Then Srila Prabhupada asked Brahmananda Swami and Jagannivasa Swami to go to Africa for preaching. So after the bitter experience in Turkey and Pakistan, Brahmananda Swami was thinking, how would preaching go in Africa? So months later, when Prabhupada was offered to stay in Mombasa by Mr. Pandya, Prabhupada thought he could go to Africa and he can motivate Brahmananda Swami and Jagannivasa Swami to participate in more preaching in Africa. So Prabhupada decided to go to Africa. But before he went to Africa, he sent two of his disciples, Bhavananda and Naranarayana, to go and check whether he could visit and start preaching in Africa. So this shows Prabhupada's practicality and leadership qualities. And we can also see that Prabhupada was always thinking ahead of his mission and making plans for the future. So Prabhupada flew to Africa. So when Prabhupada reached Africa, the press interviewer questioned him, why was he here in Africa? Then Prabhupada answered, he was here to remind everyone of God consciousness, which is their main goal. So the press interviewer asked, are you here for the Hindus only? Then Prabhupada said, no, I'm here for Christianity, Muslims, Buddhists, everyone, because everyone should be in God consciousness. his message, Prabhupada's message, rose above all differences of race, religion, and nation. So he also thought that when everyone can unite together by serving and remembering the Lord. In Nairobi, Srila Prabhupada was hosted by some Indian families. He used to stay in their houses for around 2 to 3 days. So there he used to be like the elder member of the family and preach about Krishna consciousness. So he did this while keeping no attachments to comforts. That's how he displayed the characteristics of a sannyasi. So he also inspired many families to talk about. So there he talked about Krishna consciousness and inspired many families to go towards Krishna consciousness. So this is just like a bee. A bee goes from one flower to another without staying on one flower for the pollen. Just like that, Prabhupada went to each family's house and stayed for 2 to 3 days without keeping any attachments to comfort. So here we can see that Prabhupada he did not stay in his comfort zone and made his maximum efforts to preach about Krishna consciousness. So he told Brahmananda Swami that he should focus on not only preaching the Krishna consciousness to Indians, but also the Africans, because they were the proprietors of the place. So Prabhupada emphasized on small programs like Sankirtan, Prasadam distribution, and book distribution. So when Brahmananda Swami and Prabhupada were having a conversation, Brahmananda Swami expressed his difficulties in preaching the Africans due to the language barrier. Africans used to speak a different language, so it was hard to preach to them. So Prabhupada gave an idea. He suggested Brahmananda Swami to open the doors of the Radha Krishna temple and hold Sankirtan in the hall. Soon the hall filled with so many people smiling, dancing, and clapping. Then Brahmananda rushed to Prabhupada and told him about the news. Then Prabhupada came and continued the kirtan and also addressed the crowd. Though the crowd could not understand because of the language, they would still remain respectful. So after this, a couple of successful gatherings were organized. Some were the gatherings under the tree in the Kamakunji Park, where there was youth to volunteer to translate Prabhupada's speech into the local language there. And also another was at the University of Nairobi, where most of the crowd gathered there was youth only. So here I want to emphasize on the word samadhi. So samadhi is actually meditating upon the God continuously in an isolated area. It is mostly done by yogis. So, but Prabhupada was in a traveling samadhi. So there he was continuously thinking of Krishna wherever he went. He was preaching about Krishna consciousness. He was thinking of Krishna, and he was doing activities to spread the Krishna consciousness. So here Prabhupada was actually fulfilling our inscriptions. The holy name should be there in every village and in every town. So Prabhupada worked selflessly, and by writing books and training his disciples to continue his mission. So generally the term avatara is referred to the incarnations of the Lord. So here Prabhupada was a Satyavesa avatara. Satyavesa avatara meaning a person empowered by the Lord to perform spiritual missions. So some examples of Satyavesa avatara is King Prithu and Narada Muni. Narada Muni was continuously thinking of Narada, Narayana. Then Prophet Muhammad and Prophet Jesus, Jesus Christ were also Satyavesa avatars. So the lesson we learn here is success rooted in spiritual empowerment, not material qualities alone. So Lastly, I would like to conclude that this chapter speaks about Prabhupada's journey of spreading Krishna consciousness in Africa. This was just the beginning, and with his efforts, this has become an unending and ever expansive process through which many people, families, and societies can learn about Krishna consciousness through his books, lessons, and disciples. So we should also take such opportunities seriously and make our maximum efforts like Prabhupada, and make our efforts beyond our comfort zone, just like Prabhupada, so we can bring many people into Krishna consciousness. So if I made any mistakes here, kindly excuse me. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.